Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the EMS 1 Winter Championship Finals. It is the first final of the year. We've got 4 of them to come throughout the year with €120,000 to give away. This weekend sees the end of our first one for €30,000. Back with Dogbert after the first match. Before we get into our second one, let's just have a quick summary. You were absolutely right. It was 2-1 in the end. It wasn't quite what you thought in terms of, scoreline perhaps, but we expected UMAV to go through, and they've gone through.
Yeah, they really stepped it up on Zaphod. I think it was kind of they know what to do. They got all the kills at the beginning, and they had quite a commanding lead coming into the second round.
Did you hear what Outsider said in the interview? I don't know if you were able to hear what he was talking about, but I asked him, why did you win on Locker? And he said, well, they knew our strats. And I had Drunk sit next to me, and I said, did you know their strats? He says, no. So it didn't really matter in the end, but whatever. I think PKD put up a decent enough fight. It'll be interesting to see whether they can come back through the lower bracket. They are massive underdogs in that group, of course, but they've put up a really decent fight against UMAV. We're going to move on now to our second game. Let me take you back 10 years in a time machine. Because 10 years ago, not very long away, actually, I'm sure Mr. Michael O'Dell will message me shortly and tell me I'm completely and utterly and hopelessly wrong. But about 10 years ago, Team Dignitas were formed around a Battlefield 1942 team, before your time, actually, at Battlefield and Dignitas. And so, therefore, that's where their roots are. And so this new team that have come along from Finland, which, some of the early Dignitas to finish, have a lot to live up to, because they were world champions back in 2004 as well.
Yeah, long history in Battlefield, obviously, all the way from 42, Battlefield 2, 2 and 4. If there's been a Battlefield,
you've been playing it.
There's been a Dignitas team in it. So, yeah, this is a continuation of that. I picked up these guys. They used to be called Six Vins back in BF3. And just really nice guys. They were the second best team ever in Battlefield 3, only just by my Fnatic. They haven't had the performance in BF4 yet. They've not won the cup yet. They haven't won one. That is probably what they're going to be hunting for this event.
Okay, take us through the team lineup. We're going to show the guys at home how Team Dignitas look.
We got Jerk Warburg, Masu, Giggly, and Jujetsky.
Great names. I always love the Finnish names as well, because they're usually very difficult to pronounce. A couple of little things you might not know about Team Dignitas. As we've already said, original world champions back in 1942. Not the year 1942, but when Odie was young.
Back in 1942.
Which was 1942. Best result during the regular season. They came in Cup 1 with a semi-final appearance, but they haven't really done an awful lot since. But they've been playing well in other cups, been playing well in practice, I presume, as well?
Yeah, they've had some good performances against some of the top teams, but they do have a time where they just seem to collapse. I don't know if it's a mental thing or whatever, but these guys have been playing together as a team for
a long time, right? Yeah. Very stable lineup indeed. They go up against the French team, sponsored by LDLC, PyRoGEN, who, I have to say, have got some star players. Take us through them.
Yeah, we got Ikenho, Melicium, Hexus, Monstro, and Flasho. And yeah, they have some very top-name killers in that team.
Yeah. Only team in the finals did not get beyond the round of 16 in the regular season, though. Had a very poor regular season and only just made it into the top 16 to get in the groups. And then, a bit like PKD, went and won their group. How the heck did that happen?
They have been a team which, and this is a lot of people were very, kind of counting them out. They went up against AAA. Everyone expected AAA, just burst through them, no problem. But they were losing games every so often to PyRoGEN. And PyRoGEN were not just a walkover. And like I said, as soon as those groups turned up, everyone just started ramping it up at practice, and they were one of the teams that really came out on top of that.
Okay. Just to stop you there as well, don't forget you can still vote for the team that you think will win this game. Right now it's around about 60-40 in favour of the French, but if you think that that's wrong and you think Team Dignitas can win this, then you can go to the website right now and put your prediction in, and of course participate in your opportunity to win some of our fabulous Razor prizes that are all Battlefield 4 related as well. There's books, mice and keyboards and headsets to be won. So almost time to go over to the commentary team for our first game, but I'm going to put you on the spot, knowing full well what you're going to say. Can Dignitas win this game?
They can win this one indeed. I'll be very interested on the map picks, but yeah, 2-1 I hope. I think that's the way it'll go.
2-1 I hope, he says. Let's go back to our commentary team now, who I think might have a difference of opinion.
Biased.
So biased.
I mean, come on. He works for Dignitas. That's like, I can't come up with an analogy for that. But he works for Dignitas. Come on.
Biased. Who do you think is going to win?
Dignitas. Yes. Okay, but we're not biased though. We actually have a legitimate reason for it. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I want to say Dignitas, but you know, Red Eye pointed out perfectly. PyRoGEN scraped by getting into the groups, placed 16th, but then come out to be against All Authority and Exaquio, or Exaquio, however you want to call them, to place first in their groups. Like that, no one expected that. I know Pans and I were casting, we were just like, what the hell just happened? We didn't even know. I mean, we didn't expect them to win the first match because we were casting the other side of that one. And I mean, they've come out big and they've definitely stepped up over these past couple of weeks. But right now at Dignitas, this is going to be a tough game here. And you see Zavod, Dawnbreaker, and Lanking Dam really are going to our three maps there.
That surprised me. I didn't really expect to see that. I thought a lot of teams were going to be banning that out, but
it's not one of my favorites, to be honest.
I'll be honest, I can't play that map. I just don't like it. It just doesn't suit the way I play. But hey, it's going to be Dawnbreaker first, followed by Zavod 3-1-1 second, and you can see that very firm handshake. Oh, and he gets a hug.
Wow,
that's just
a scumbag.
Wow, and you see the shrug of shoulder. That's just a sign of intent straight off the bat from Dignitas. They are not going to be messing around. But in all seriousness, you know, you look at these two teams, and I think this was always going to be that the sort of the closer game in this bracket, if you will. I don't know why. I just thought, you know, you look at Group B, and that seems to be the group of death, so to speak. Group A, on the other hand, was kind of open a little bit. So for me, I always thought this was going to be the map looking at Group A that was going to be more competitive. Mm-hmm. And Dignitas, a very, very solid team. I am looking at them to come out with the win.
One thing that worries me, though, about currently on the side of PyRoGEN is the fact that did they do their homework against Dignitas? Because Dawnbreaker is one of their favorite maps. Like, hands down, one of their favorite maps, and yet they were able to get it through. And they are currently... When
you say favorite, do you mean favorite really statistically speaking in terms of win to loss? Or
favorite as in they will choose that map any day they possibly can. It just seems to fit their style. I know exactly what's going to happen with Jerk at the beginning of that game, now that I think about it too. But it's very dangerous to do. But we'll see if they can handle it. And right now we're going to be going as well into... Lanking Dam, which is one of those ones that we don't really expect to see played, but it is going to be picked up here. And I'm curious to see how well are PyRoGEN going to play on that map. They have beat Exaquio on Lanking Dam in the groups, and they're currently 1-for-1 on it, at least in the entirety of the cups. But look at that! Look at those votes. That's ridiculous.
That really did surprise, because we actually were looking at that earlier on, and you said, "Oh wow, PyRoGEN have a higher percent than Dignitas," and I was like, "No, that can't be right. Surely that's just a not
refresh.
Yeah, like spamming refresh. Like, where are the Dignitas fans at?" But everyone at home. Well, not I say everyone, but the bigger percentage of people at home thinking PyRoGEN are going to take it. You know, the big percentage got it right in the first game of the day. Can they do it again on the second?
We'll find out here soon. And I'm looking through the stats of both teams, the maps, and what's happened. And there's a couple of big wins for both of them. I'm looking at Dawnbreaker in particular. So for PyRoGEN, they're currently 3-for-4 on it. They've beaten ESC, Iasuba, and Exaquio. And the team they actually lost to, I'm trying to find them correctly, I believe was UMAV, if I'm not mistaken. I should probably learn how to use this thing a little bit better. Actually, no, they lost to Name, sorry. Over on the side, Dignitas, 4-for-6, and I'm going to tell you in a second actually who they've beaten, because there's quite a few really good teams, if I'm not mistaken. They've beaten Eyeballers, they've beaten Rentus, they've beaten UMAV, Yoki on this.
Wow.
It's one of their big maps, but I don't know who's going to pull through with this one. I really couldn't tell you, because this is one of those maps where if Dignitas loses it, I think they're going to just kind of be down themselves. I think they're going to have a very tough time coming back into the later stages of these games.
That's definitely going to be something you need to think about, is that momentum, how that does affect. I mean, we saw in that first map of the day just how momentum really can be a big fact. And, you know, going into this, I really think Dignitas need to win the first map. I think that's necessary, otherwise heads may go down and they could potentially be in for an upset. Apparently people at home, they don't think Dignitas is going to take it. So, who knows?
All right, now we're going to have Dignitas over on the Chinese side. We're going to have PyRoGEN over on the US side. And things have already kicked off here. We had Dignitas go for that patented boost up in this pit right here to get them in towards this B flag. But as you can see, they're not going to get it. They got wiped out. And right now you can see the kills 3-2 currently. But PyRoGEN, this is the map they chose. And yet they're starting very strong here.
Yeah, very strong indeed. They have that BC flag locked down.
Oh, wow.
And
I'm sorry, I just wanted to point
guys
something out. Yeah, Jerk, he typically runs up this every time to go for a flank on a C, but he changed up his style. Because if the commentators can realize he does that, the players should know that.
Exactly.
And he changed it up, but it seemed to work. But we actually didn't even see PyRoGEN send one there to defend against it, so I guess...
Maybe they didn't notice
They thought
it.
ahead. They were like, we know he's going to switch it up here, so we're going to switch it up as well.
Or maybe they
Counter the counter.
didn't know.
Yeah, that one as well. That one's probably more likely too. But right now we do have a 2-flag hold for PyRoGEN here. And Dignitas able to control C. But obviously, in the beginning stages of the game, just like we said earlier on that best of 3, that things kind of trade back and forth very quickly. But once after that first 2-3 minutes, things settle down and we start to see those holds. And right now we're at that point almost of 2 minutes in that PyRoGEN have had this 2-count for such a long time.
Yeah, they've held it very, very well, and they've done so by just great defensive work on those flags. Now they're actually losing that A flag, so someone from Dignitas trying to cause some plays. It's actually Jerk.
And the entirety of PyRoGEN getting wiped out right there. So this is the time for them to go for the flags, whatever they want. Looks like they're going to go for a tri-cap right now, but we do have PyRoGEN going to be going for that C spawn here. Walu, though, he's set up in position. This balcony, I remember talking to Dogbird about it back in Cup number 3. If you hold this, you typically can hold on to the majority of the map. You can hold on to that B flag very, very easily, as Walu missing a couple of shots right there, but actually doesn't pick up any off of those. So a little bit of a misclick for him, but right now, PyRoGEN is one of those teams to me. I remember seeing them back on Parasol Storm where they don't typically care about the standard meta of a map. Like, for instance, on Parasol Storm, they don't care about the buildings. They say, you know what? F the buildings. Let's just go around and cap stuff. And they completely walked over teams there.
See, that's good in essence because teams aren't going to expect that. Teams are going to expect you to play towards the meta, and if all of a sudden you turn it around, you're like, well, no. Other teams are going to be like, well, we've never played against anyone that does that. How do we try and play against this? It's something new, and it can really catch a lot of top teams off guard. But right now, it's a very close game, 116 to 112. And it is Dignitas who do have the control of both Alpha and Bravo right now. Although, it looks like someone is going to be on that A flag. Unfortunately, Jukuli couldn't make some plays to try and defend it. But his teammate was there to do so.
And we were talking earlier about, the maps, about, 49 tickets isn't that big of a lead earlier on Zava. But this is one of those maps that 100 ticket lead is definitely not something you typically see. Like, that is a number you can typically really look forward to getting. But right now, it's pretty even across the board between both these teams. There's been a lot of action at B breaking out, and we do see PyRoGEN actually locking that one down. They have been able to maintain it here, but for how long? That's the real question. Walu going to be playing a little bit of an anchor role, going to be watching the backside of A here as Ikaho going to go for the rotate in for it, and I wonder if he can pull this off. If he can, they'll have a tri-cap, and they'll build up a nice little bit of a lead here, but he actually catches him off guard. Walu's not even looking at him. He goes for the kill. He misses the first shot right there. He's missing quite a few more, and that is a big misstep by him. He didn't take out his gun. For some reason, he's using his Magnum right there, but he gets it taken down. But either way, he does force respawns, which is huge. He forced 2 more respawns on a Walu, and that gives them complete control of the middle section of this map.
You have to say that you can't be missing shots like that. That seemed like a...
He's probably like, I hope they didn't see that. I hope they didn't see that. I hope they didn't see that.
Well, we did see it. That's the unfortunate bit. And you have to give Walu some big props. 10 and 2 so far going into the start of this game. And he's just, as you said, just kind of going for that anchoring role, just playing things a little bit slow and essentially just playing not to die. And he's doing his job very well.
And Melisium right there picking up 2 big kills, shuts down Masu as well. Jukuli, the last man standing. Let's go check or take a look exactly where he is. He's currently working towards B, trying to hold this back position, but right now PyRoGEN, they were the team voted for, and they're showing that they probably should be because they have a 30-ticket lead here in Dignitas. This is not what I expected of them. I wonder if Dogbird's sitting by watching, pulling his hair out right now because it's his team, and we've seen Dignitas just do so well so many times on this map.
I think he's going to be trying to cheer them up a little bit, try and get a bit vocal maybe. I can imagine the camera going into the studio now. You just see Dogbird going, "Come on, Dignitas!" Like trying to get behind the boys.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't.
But hey, that's his team. You got to allow that, I guess, to a degree. But 99 to 64, and it looks like Dignitas finally now sparking into life, trying to jump on that C flag. Can they get it there? That's going to be the big question. Lots of kills going down around the outside of it, and still contested. Finally, Jerk does able to pick up that C flag.
Oh my God, Monstro!
Can they bring it back? Monstro going ham?
He's being what his name is, a monster. He is doing so damn well. I want to take a look at what he's using. He's using the Scar Age, Reflex, Laser Sight, Muzzle Brake, and Angled Grip. And you just saw him right there. He wasn't even bothering ADSing. He was just like, you know what? I'll just free shoot. This is Counter-Strike now. I will just shoot down. I'll just shoot however I want and randomly hit people. But he did a fantastic job. Took a 1v2, took the flag back. But right now, Judetsky, the man, the legend. Oh, he's going for those back caps, and he's going to be able to pull this one off here, but I don't know if he's going to get turned around upon. Is the other team going to be able to stop him from happening? He even spots the guy on top of balcony currently.
Well, there's no one there that's going to contest that, so that flag will go in his favor. So nice little rotation coming in from him. And now the question, can they just try and hold on to this 2-1 flag lead? It's something that we haven't seen Dignitas really do this game. I mean, ever since the start, it was Pyro who had that 2-1 flag cap advantage, and they held it for a good 2 minutes. And that really did put Dignitas straight away on the back foot of the game. And now, yeah, you have to really think Dignitas need a momentum boost. I just kind of think Dignitas right now need someone to just go off. They just need someone who's going to run around and just get a load of kills.
I know what's going to happen. Daubert's going to be like, get out of the way. I'm in this. I got this. I got it. But right now, you're definitely right. They need someone to really step up. Yeah, Walu, he was 12-2 at one point, but ever since then, he's now 12-7.
But that was 12-2 passive play.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that's a massively important part of the game. But if you had someone that was 12-2 capping flags and just roaming and slaying, that's huge. That really is
a different story.
Yeah, it's a lot more influential, and that's something that sometimes when you look at the numbers, they can be very distorted because it comes down to the roles that each player is doing. But right now, Dignitas do need to try and get themselves back into the second side because, I mean, although it's a big lead, considering how close this game was at one point, Dignitas have let this slip.
I wonder if this is the reaction. His 12-7, well, soon to be 12-8 scoreline reflects is the fact that Dignitas are going for a change. Like, all right, you don't need to play passive anymore. We need you in a 5-man squad. We need to get these flags. And unfortunately for him, he hasn't picked up a kill in these last 6 deaths. And PyRoGEN, 53 kills to the 38. They have, I want to say, full control of this game. I want to say full, but obviously now are still fine. They have a tri-cap right now, but this gives PyRoGEN the perfect position to really turn around. He gets a kill in a while right there. Flasher picking that one up. They're going to get C and B going to be capped over as well. So they're going to maintain this hold here. And Dignitas, they have to be stunned. They really do.
Yeah, I really expected Dignitas to come out just a little bit stronger, but this Pyro team taking nothing away from them. Fantastic plays in terms of just the outslaying that they've been able to do. I mean, 58 kills overall on that leaderboard. You look over towards Dignitas, only 40. 72-8 is the lead. They still have both 8 and C. Oh, sorry, Dignitas have both 8 and C. So Pyro, for now, on the bleed. But can Dignitas just get them down enough where they feel comfortable going into that second side?
Yeah, exactly what you were saying earlier on with Planet Key versus UMAP. Just trying to make the ticket difference a little bit closer, a little bit more realistic. And right now, Dignitas are trying to fight for control of B here, and we're seeing them actually going to be able to cap that one over. Walu able to pick up the kills right there, and they will maintain the hold on it. But C and B, going to be a good cap for them, but C is being contested right now, and we're seeing Flasher be the man to be that nuisance.
Can someone from Dignitas just try and defend that C flag? It doesn't look like there's going to be anybody there, although I say that Walu is going to try and make the contest. Jerk is in support. It's going to come down to Jerk if he can try and pick up that kill. I don't think he's going to be able to do so. He did get taken down. That would have been unfortunate. It's one of those where if Dignitas make that kill, the point differential just goes down a little bit, but they have done the smart thing. They rotated to A as well, so they may be down, but they're not out just yet.
Just watched by a guy getting knifed. Like, that's cool. I didn't see anything. Just gonna back away, but B still being capped over. 2 tickets remain for Dignitas here, and they're fighting for everything they possibly can. They're being taken down eventually, but right now they've been able to take the difference in terms of tickets down quite a bit. It's about 30 right now, and
they're holding on.
Yeah, they are doing a great job. I mean, honestly, this is the team that I was saying earlier on Zavod that even though they had 5 tickets left, they bled and they're 30-50 out of the team, and if they keep this up, they could possibly do that again.
Every single ticket now is huge for Dignitas. It really is. You can just see they're holding on. It's now down to, 39 ticket advantage. I mean, this is huge. A team has 1 ticket left, and Pyro can do nothing about it right now. Every time they try and contest a flag, Dignitas are sat there waiting.
Jerk!
And Jerk is just...
Damn!
That's what I was talking about. Someone needed to go off, and Jerk did it. Admittedly, just a little too late, but it's still come clutch for his team.
All right, so 34 tickets is going to be the lead for PyRoGEN here in this first half. Considering they had over 80 tickets, that is not a good sign. And Dignitas have definitely, I think, maybe gotten over their jitters, maybe warmed up a little bit, and definitely shown up here. But they still have 34 tickets to worry about here in the second half.
I think pre-game jitters, first game of the day, you want to just kind of relax a little bit, get into your groove. Pyro definitely looks stronger in that first side, but obviously there's going to be a second side as well. Only a 34 ticket lead in favor of Pyro. I don't know. Do you think Dignitas can try and come back into this?
I think they can. I think there's always that possibility. I want to see them really wake up. I mean, you can see them on your screen and they're kind of like, I don't know what happened. But the thing to me is they're such an experienced team that that's not going to affect them. They're just going to recoup. You see them just relaxing. They're not arguing with each other. They're just seeing, okay, what went wrong, what went right, and let's make sure and keep that up.
See, that's key. Parallel, though, you can see Pyro boys all with big smiles on their faces. And seems a little bit of similar. Relax. They know that they haven't won it yet. There's still another side still to be played. And they need to keep their game faces on for now. As second side Dawnbreaker nomination is going to begin. Pyro 34 ticket advantage. Dignitas, they started slow in the first side. It was Pyro who had that 2-1 flag lead for so long. They then pushed the trip cap, and it was only then when they actually pushed for that trip cap which Dignitas were able to flip it on its head. So we could see Pyro start strong and maybe just hold the 2-1 flag lead, because at the end of the day, they don't actually need to go for
That's
that
what gets
trip
you
cap.
wins, 2-1s. I mean, I think I've seen more times of teams doing 3 caps and immediately getting turned against them and losing out a lot of tickets, and I've seen it actually work out. There's been a couple here and there, but the majority of the time, it's going to be the other team taking advantage of it. And you know, I remember talking with Pansy quite a bit, and I think the team was, what team was Kawa on? I think it was Yoki. Yeah, Yoki. When he went to Eyeballs a little bit later on, but he's kind of one of those people that she was saying that works out the spawn system completely. And I was expecting them to be one of those teams that just 2-1 hold, not cross that threshold that you will get them to respawn somewhere else and just hold that. But they never did that. And right now, I think teams really don't use that to their advantage currently. But right now, we do have that push coming on to be here that we're always going to see come out of both teams on either side. And it looks like PyRoGEN going to count the victors from this one. But we do have one man. Actually, I can't see who that was. I think it was Jerk on the backside who tried to actually defend that. But it doesn't work out. They're going to get control of B. They're going to get control of A here. And we're going to have an early hold in favor of PyRoGEN.
Well, Dignitas, though, they have responded and they have dived on that B flag. They do not want Pyro to have that 2-1 flag advantage off the bat, and lots of kills going down on that B flag from both sides. And right now, this B flag is just an onslaught. Finally, things settle down. Pyro get control, and now, to be honest, all I really want to see is Pyro just hold A and B, and only really push for C if the spawns flip.
Yeah, you don't get extra points for winning with 149 tickets or 2. As long as you win, you win.
Right?
Exactly. And I think a lot of teams don't really understand that at some points. But right now, they're just going for that 2-cap hold, like you're saying. They're gonna listen to you. But right now, B getting aggressive a little bit. We're actually seeing Hexus go for that little bit semi of an anchor roll. I'm going to be watching the balcony, and Ikaho going for the kill onto this man that's over towards C. He's looking for the kill on a Wallow. ADS doesn't even need to, picks up the kill, but he gets killed from the backside. And I think Dignitas are going to maintain that C hold here. But Monstro is trying to fight back. He's missing a lot of bullets, though. Maybe a little bit of nerves. I don't know. I'm going to give the benefit of the bout.
We've seen a few people.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but just, yeah. Well,
I said benefit of the bout. It's like English. So math I'm not good at. English I'm not good at. Even though it's my first language.
Oh dear. But you're right. You do have to just give them the benefit of the doubt a little bit. We've seen a few people just maybe a little bit of nerves, bit of shaky aim to start things off. But again, flags being contested. We have both B and C contested at this point. It looks like B is going to go, and C should go as well. And that's going to be big for Pyro, once again trying to hold that 2-1 flag lead. B being contested again by Dignitas, though. So that B flag already within, the first 2 minutes has been contested so frequently. It just shows how important that is to both these two teams.
It definitely is, and right now, you see these two men trying to hold it inside of the actual flag area. Well, that's a dangerous position. As you see those nades already running in. One actually connects very well. The second one, actually not as much. And you see them whenever they try to leave, because they realize, crap, we need to get out of here. This is a terrible spot to be in. They get shot at from different directions, but Judetsky picks up 2 major kills, and now we're seeing one man right there. I think it was Melisium try to contest it here, and it looks like Dignitas are going to get the respawns. They're going to come back to be here, and they have PyRoGEN on the run a little bit here. They're going for a tri-cap.
Yeah, they are. They're pushing for it. Now, this is where I want to see if what we said comes true. So I'm just going to bring up the map and see how they react to the spawns. They have one player, that's Jerk, at the A flag. He now needs to go big for his team. He's going to take down a couple of players as well. So Jerk fending off that A flag by himself pretty well. Meanwhile, Masu, who's going to be on your screen, he's just trying to hold that corridor and make sure he has that power position. And you know, to be fair to Dignitas right now, they've done a really, really good job. They held that trip cap. They didn't actually allow Pyro to come back and flip that on its head. They only have that A flag. However, now C being taken away from them. What can Masu do? Has him in his sights, puts a few shots down, does connect with a kill.
Wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty, and he's also going to ultimately end up in losing that flag. I think, in fact, no, it was held. Teammate was there to support, but B is being contested, so is A. But you know, Masu did his job when it mattered, but can he try and help defend this B flag as well?
All right, well, right now we do have Masu. Looks like he's going to try to go for a cap on a B here. And Dignitas doing what PyRoGEN couldn't. Going for the control, able to get that tri-cap and hold it still. They weren't able to lose out on anything off of that. They would at least keep the ticket bleed in their favor. But LDSC, they're finally going for response, so they get the control of C. They're looking for control of B right here. And Dignitas, they have fallen left and right. When Judetsky and Jaquili, the last 2 men standing. And as I believe that is going to be, I'm going to just guess that's going to be Jaquili going up towards balcony. And right now, PyRoGEN able to fight back. Remember, they have 34 tickets for themselves to work with. And they aren't getting pushed very low currently.
They are, and it's going to come down ultimately to this B flag cap fight, which is going to occur any second now. And it's actually Wallow, who you can see on your screen, running around that B flag. He caps it and was like, hey, I'm getting the hell out of here now. He just needs to get himself into a power position, a vantage point where he can cover that flag. He needs to actually rotate to A now, as that's been taken away from them. You were right, it's a 34 ticket advantage. If Pyro dropped below 34, I mean, ooh.
Considering the lead they had in the first half, like you're
Exactly.
definitely right. 80 plus tickets, and then just to lose out on that one is definitely something you don't want to see. That's kind of like a hit in the ego. But right now, you're seeing Jaquili's fighting back, picking up quite a few kills, and we can look at the KDAs across the board. Wallow 9-7, we have Judetsky 8-5, Jerk unfortunately 6-8, but we have Jaquili 7-7 on the other side. Flasher's the man to really step up for PyRoGEN. But I feel like everyone else has to step up as well. He can't be the only one if they want to be able to pull this one back. And now they get tri-capped yet again here.
Yeah, it is essentially a team effort. I mean, you do need one player to essentially go off, but you as well need, everyone collectively to put up a good performance and really try and give the best possible last spurge of energy.
Yeah, very true. I mean, we'll find out if they're able to do it. And we're still tagging along with Flasher. He's looking for a couple more kills as he's able to pick up quite a few. He's looking for a couple of picks here or there. And right now, we're going to find out if he's able to really do this. And we do have him staying alive. And right now, PyRoGEN, they're still fighting back. They're still trying to fight here, and they're getting control of B right now. They actually completely wiped out Dignitas for the most part, as Jerk just trying to go for that back cap.
Well, Jerk on that flag, trying to get it back in his possession. 96 to 41 is the ticket score right now. Looking at the kills as well, 45 to 40 in favor of Dignitas, and that just shows you how close this game has been in terms of flying.
Yeah, completely, and you can see it's just nonstop. It feels like deathmatch. 46 to 43 in kills. I mean, these teams are just going head to head. They don't. I mean, they care about flags obviously, but they're just fighting, and you can hear Dignitas through your headsets, and there's a lot of chatter, but there's also a lot of quiet time too. It's like they're not talking too much.
Yeah, they're not giving that constant chatter. They're kind of putting across what needs to be put across, but letting the gameplay do the rest.
Yeah.
And that's key.
And that's I can actually really respect that too, because sometimes when people are talking too much, you can't hear someone coming around, which could turn around the game.
Yep.
And it gives you that time to really focus and get all your senses honed in. But right now, honestly, looking for that kill onto balcony currently. PyRoGEN not able to pick it up, but PyRoGEN, they do have the 2-1 hold. And if they can maintain this...
It's going to be close, though.
It will. This is going to be one of our probably closest games of the day so far. And you see Flasher pick up a nice, crucial kill right there, backing away. He's still going to stay alive, and that's the key. If he can stay alive, then Dignitas has to look his way and allows teammates to go for a flank onto him that could potentially open up that cat back. But we're still... Okay, the game's not over yet. We're still in the game, guys. And I'm not sure why we're going to the victory music, but here we go. We're back in the game. PyRoGEN still have quite a few tickets to work with. And you see, right now, they don't have that 2-1 hold that they need.
It's so close, though, at this point. Dignitas are losing that A flag, and it is being contested at this point. Someone needs to just rotate across, and it's actually Pyro Malicium who's on your screen right now. You can see him just trying to defend the C flag. He's going to need to do something now as Wallow. He's going to drop down. You good?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just enjoying this game right now because these are actually a lot more exciting than we've had within the cups alone. The teams are really bringing everything they can to these games today. And right now we're going to see B going to be capped over here in just a second to PyRoGEN.
They need it.
And they can smell the victory. They really can. But they have to give every tooth and nail. They have to fight for everything they have left to really pull this one back, to hold on to it for as long as possible. And they have B. They have A. And you can see that they have an awkward hold right now as we do see A being capped to the backside. Flasher, can he hold on to this in a 1-on-2 situation? If he can, picks up one, but Judetsky takes him down. And that means they need to respond quickly. And just as they see A's being taken, Hex is going back to B, and they're going to maintain that 2-1 hold. They're going to get one step closer to potentially pulling the first map on their side.
That is a huge hold from them, but every second that they didn't have that 2-1 cap, Dignitas just clawing on 10 tickets left for PyRoGEN. If Dignitas can take that, that is going to be massive. And let's not forget, it was a 34 lead in the first side. And this game is just so close.
It is, and every kill, every death really comes into account right now as you see 6 tickets remaining on the side of PyRoGEN, but Dignitas completely wiped out. It's going to be at least 5 more tickets taken off of them, and they're getting so close down to this point. 34 is that threshold, and you can see Dignitas are so damn close to it, about 15 tickets remaining. And if PyRoGEN can hold on to this, if they can maintain control of C, they will have won this first map, and you see everyone rushing for it.
Yeah, every single body, and this is where communication is going to be massive for both these two teams. They need to be communicating what they need to do correctly correct. 46-4. B is being contested. Someone from Dignitas is going to be on there. And was he taken out? I think he was.
Yeah.
So B should be, well, just gunfire out.
If they grab this, that's it.
That's everyone down. Everyone from Dignitas goes down.
That's 5 tickets going to be gone now. Like, this is going to be, if they cap this one over, there's no way Dignitas can really come back from it. 40 tickets remaining now as they are spawning 38. 4 more tickets to go.
Oh,
2 more
Lord.
tickets. 1 more, or sorry, not still 2 more tickets. They can pull this one
It's
off,
tied.
and they might pick it up. 34. One more
tied.
ticket, and that's going to be it. And that's
Oh,
it.
game.
PyRoGEN with 3 tickets remaining, able to hold on, clench it with their fists, white knuckle that, and secure themselves that first map here. That was Dignitas' map as well. So damn well played.
That was just wow. that's about as far as I go. It's just wow. A fantastic game from both teams, and you have to give Pyro credit right there. You can see that facial expression just kind of sums it all up, really, doesn't it?
I mean, I could look at the kills. I could walk you through them really quickly. 16-8 for Walu, 17-12 for Dudetsky, 10-19 for Jerk, 13-10 for Masu, and 10-15 for Jaquili. Over on this other side, though, Flasher coming out huge, 21-11. Monstro, 13-14. Hexus, 11-8. Melisium, 23-14.
Wow.
And Ikaho, 12-13. We were saying, Flasher kept the only man to step up. And Melisium, he heard the call.
He definitely did. 23-14. Fantastic, just overall score from everyone from Pyro. And, I said for me, Dignitas needed to win that first map, otherwise heads may go down, back goes against the wall. I don't know, man.
I mean, now how do you come back from this?
Exactly. After
That's
a
the
game like
question.
that, where you were so close. I mean, what was it? 3 or 4 tickets?
It was 3 tickets remaining, yeah.
3 tickets. That was a 3-ticket game. That's all that was.
The thing is, you could point to so many different points in that game of, if I just killed him, that would have been it. If I just killed that guy, if I didn't die here, we would have won.
Yep.
That's how close that game was. And PyRoGEN, like we said before, come in as a 16th place team to win their cup first place, win their group's first place. Now to take a map off of Dignitas, potentially the match. I mean, this is their results from the cups. Cup number 1, round against the Authority. Cup 2, round of 32, lost to ESC. Cup 3, round of 16, lost to Epsilon. Cup 4, round of 32, lost to Name. They did not place in quarterfinals the entire time, and yet they have shown up like no other team has right now.
Well, I guess, show up at the right time. This is the time where you want to show up when you actually get to the event, and what a way to show up. It really is. A 3-ticket game, taking down Dignitas. Now going over to the second map in the best of 3 series. Dignitas is going to have the backs against the wall.
Yeah, we're going to be going to Zavod here in just a second. And the thing is, Zavod, 7 for 11 for Dignitas. PyRoGEN, 2 for 4.
Ooh.
This again is one of Dignitas' really good maps. Like, they've taken down some really good teams on it. But can they take down PyRoGEN? I'm sure Dalbert is like right behind him, like, come on, just let me in. I can do this, guys. I can play. But his team has to step up right now. And that score, unfortunately for you guys at home, it's actually not Dignitas 1. It's going to be PyRoGEN up currently 1 map, just in case you're confused. But right now we're going to have over on the Russian side PyRoGEN, and over on the US side Dignitas. And we're seeing Dignitas go for a 3-4-man push onto A here. This is actually very unique. I haven't seen a team do this before.
Well, is it going to pay off for them? That's going to be the question. Dignitas have control of that C flag. However, Pyro with both A and B, and it's going to be Walu from Dignitas who's going to make his way towards that A flag. There is someone around the outside from Pyro. That's going to be Ikeo. And, well, right now, just a bit of a stalemate. He doesn't seem to want to move, which is surprising me. He knows someone's going to be on the A flag. Now, finally decides to go after the flag was taken from him. So decided he didn't want to contest whilst the flag was being captured. Wait for it to be captured, anticipating to run off, and gets the hit fire there.
He ran by him in the beginning, and his teammate down. He's like, "What are you doing, dude? There's a guy right there." I turn around, but yeah, I mean, it was really interesting because to me, he kind of put one of those. It was one of those information games where his team they figured out how many people of Dignitas were where, and then they're like, "All right, as long as you're alive, we can go for the respawns. If say we only see 3, we know there's gonna be 2 at A, so we can get the respawns in that we need, recapture A, and be fine." So maybe that's a little bit of a game that they were playing, but right now you see PyRoGEN just getting wiped out at that push on a C, and now. Look at how the last man alive here for them. And currently Dignitas able to get that 2-1 hold. Picks up a nice little bit of a kill right there onto Wallet. Looking for second. He's going to get that one as well on a Jerk. And that has helped really keep his team in the game. Obviously, it's really early on, but those 2 kills are huge.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it just evens things out a little bit straight off the bat. Now, Pyro are in that position.
Sorry, Flash was just like, spray and pray.
I thought for a minute he was going to find the second, but it wasn't to be. But as I was going to say, it gives Pyro that just breath. They can take a deep breath and they say, all right, let's just quickly, come back as a team. Let's jump on that C flag. And that's exactly what now they're trying to do. Trying to go for that AC combination. Meanwhile, you've got Pyro Hexus. He's going to be the player trying to cause the problems. Did manage to cap C. However, A, under contention. Dignitas not wasting any time on that rotation, and that's good to see.
I'm wondering, I'm trying to see any potential strategy we have coming out, though. But in the meantime, Elysium, never push on a B. He's in a 1-on-2 situation, though he does not know it. He's in a 1v1 as all as he can tell. He's taken down by the grenades, so they're going to be able to maintain their hold at B here. And Dignitas doing a fantastic job of really coming back, letting that first map just slide off and not get too worried about it, and really fight tooth and nail again. I mean, 130 to 110, and they still have this 2-1 hold that they pretty much had the entire game.
Well, Dignitas are actually starting to really step into a groove and outslay now. 23 kills as opposed to Pyro's 14. And a big portion of that is Masu, who's actually 9-2 at this point. Once again, doing a fantastic job of just holding. Although he is playing passive at times, he's doing his job just so well. And you've got Jujetsky, who's actually being that more aggressive Slayer, who's just on those flags, picking up those frags. And he's doing such a good job. Trip gap as well for Dignitas. Pyro looking in a little bit of trouble in the second map.
They're definitely having a tough time. And I actually wonder if this was Dignitas' choice and I was mistaken about Dawnbreaker. Because that very could be a likely possibility. Jerk pick up another kill right there. Does eventually get taken down. But as you can see in the kills, 29 in currently favor of Dignitas, 18 for PyRoGEN. They are struggling here. This is definitely not a map they feel comfortable on, even though they currently have a 50% win rate on it.
That's pretty high when you think about it. You know, obviously you win some, you lose some, 50%. But you know, considering some maps, you'll see teams with something as low as 20% win rate, and you obviously always going to try and play them at that. But that's where the veto system comes in.
And the funny thing is that 50% is actually a lot more than we take it for, because remember in the cups, they either lost the first round or lost the second round, so they didn't get that many games played.
That's very true, actually.
So they probably have lower percentages on other maps, and this is probably definitely one of their better ones currently as well, who just 1v1ing Flasher, a little bit too easy for him, and they just continue this domination that they've been able to do so far. Hexus, though, able to get some life, able to get a cap on a B, but yeah, you get the cap on a B, but is that really what you need right now? Is that really the area you need to hold if you can't get this A or C flag? And not to mention, if they can't all stay alive and spawn in together.
That's the big thing. It's where these kills are coming, and the fact that Dignitas are able to not just take one play route, but multiple at a time. And it just always leaves the players alive in advantage of Dignitas. But for the first time in a while, there's only going to be one Dignitas player left, although two do spawn in. So it's still a 4-3 in favor of Pyro. Now, can Pyro try and make this count? That's the big thing. They've flooded that A flag, and as well as that, Malcium went towards C. So they're actually pushing for the trip gap.
They might actually, they're going to get it too, because Dignitas has one of the worst spawns you could possibly get. They're going to be able to go over to A here in just a second, and we're going to tune in with the man that's defending against it. If he can hold this, if Ikaho can hold on to this right now, this is going to be huge. This is going to be so many points. He's actually, looks like, going to play a little bit past him, not trying to contest it just yet. He's going to see Jerk right there, but it's taken down. So we will have Dignitas respawning, and not to mention a response onto B as well.
Nicely done. Now, can Pyro Flasher try and make some plays? That's going to be the question. Drops that health pack. Can he see someone in the distance? Yes, he can, but is going to get taken out. That's unfortunate for him. 107 to 50 tickets is the score in favor of Team Dignitas. And let's not forget, Team Dignitas lost that first map. I don't think a lot of people here at the studio would have anticipated that, but apparently everyone at home, they're rooting for Pyro.
They are, and Masu finally goes down after now being 15-4. He's playing that passive role that he was doing on Dawnbreaker, not being forced into that aggressive style that he isn't really too successful on, at least in terms of what we saw at his KDA earlier on. And right now, you can see
that Monstro not having the best of games. 3-12.
It's a better score than I could pull off.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and me, to be fair, but I'm curious to see what's actually going wrong for him. How is he trying to play this map? What can he try and change? He's definitely been one of those people that's always been on the flag, so that probably hasn't helped. When you're always the player that's diving on those flags, if you constantly trying to cap them, Dignitas, they're going to reply to you. Can he pick up that kill in the distance? Nope, not going to happen. Throws the grenade over and isn't going to connect with that either, so he's going to have to go in for the challenge. Shoots underneath, gets one. Can he find the second as well? Wow, nicely done.
All right, so that 2-12 score now up to 4-12. So he's getting back in there, but I definitely agree. I mean, that scoreline, no matter what role you're really playing, except maybe just holding on flags, getting rushed 1v3 every time, that's not really acceptable. And I think he's starting to pick it up now. He realizes that, guys, I need to step it up here. And looks like PyRoGEN are finally starting to fight back a little bit here.
Yeah, this is good to see, and you can see the way Monstro was trying to rotate around the outside. Malcium, meanwhile, he was taken out. As IKO, can he try and get that flag? He's going to have it neutral now. Throws the grenades out as well. Actually connected with that one. He's going to know someone is just around that corner. And it looks like he's actually backed off, has the support of his teammates. Nicely done there from Kaiho.
All right, so we will have C, the only flag kept over, as well as B, going over for PyRoGEN. And right now, can they maintain the hold onto that as Kaiho going to be able to get another kill? And C still being contested over right now. He's actually in a 1v3, but he picks up another kill. dodge away from that grenade here. He's going to drop down towards this lower part. CJDetsky gets another one, and they're going to maintain control of C here. So right now, actually, wow, look at him. He's going huge. Picks up another 3 out of nowhere. He just single-handedly held onto that C cap, and that has taken a lot of tickets away from Dignitas. If they can keep this up, they can make this ticket difference a lot more capable of being taken back.
Definitely. That was huge play coming from him, and that's when his team needed him, and it's those individual efforts which really can turn his game around. Imagine how pumped he's going to be right now. He just took down pretty much the whole team and held that flag single-handedly. 57-27 is the tickets. Dignitas, they still have that lead, but it isn't as dominant as it was at one point. PyRoGEN desperately just clawing on in this side. And they've held C as well, so this is huge for PyRoGEN. Dignitas in a lot of trouble. Only Warlu and Jakuli up at this point.
All right, so we're going to respawn in, but that BC hold, they keep this up. Maybe a lot happier with the results from this one, but Access is going to be taken out from the backside. And Dignitas, they seem to have realized that we need to get a big lead here. But Idaho, again, what is he currently now? 19-9.
Wow.
The thing is, it was Fosher and it was, I believe, Melisium who really stepped up last game. And now Idaho's doing it. So that shows that multiple people can do that at any situation, at any given time. And they're doing it here. They're going to be able to actually lose control of B in the meantime. But will they see a response? We're actually seeing Flasher go for a cap on A here, but we see a 3-man push onto B. Jerk, the only man to defend against is, can he hold on? No, he can't. He's going to get taken down, and that will be B going back over to PyRoGEN here. Not to mention, A might get capped over as well, because Flasher, he's coming around the backside, and only Walu and Masu are alive.
Oh, this would be huge trip cap. This would be massive for them, but it looks like everyone from Dignitas has done the smart thing and just ran at that C flag. Immediately they were like, well, no, this cannot happen. We are not letting this comeback happen. They've secured C. Now B also being contested 15-27. What a close game.
Very close indeed. And right now, whoever that man was just pretty much single-handedly held onto that B push, and they're going to maintain, or at least get back for who knows how long, this 2-1 hold here. As we're going to tag along with Fosher, going to spot Jerk out, get the kill onto him as well, and they have the response on top of him. So are they going to hit B? Are they going to hit C? Or is he just going to keep picking up kills, because he's doing a fine job of that so far? And it looks like C will be that push, but 4 tickets remaining.
Oh, Flasher just jumped straight on that flag. Has taken down one. Unfortunately, the bullets just flying everywhere. C flag's still in the contention, but it's not going to happen. 23 ticket advantage in favor of Team Dignitas. But you have to give Pyro credit, because that was significantly higher before that sort of, I want to say epic comeback, because it truly was. I mean, Pyro kept themselves in that game. I think it was around about a 50 ticket lead in favor of Dignitas. And when you half that, all of a sudden you get into that second side saying, well, that's a lot better than it was.
You could be happy with that one. But I mean, if you look at Dignitas on your screen right now, they look happy, but they seem like really focused and still at the same time a little bit disappointed in themselves, at least in a couple of the players.
Yeah.
In their eyes, they're kind of like, you know what, we probably should have had a bigger lead than that one, but they're happy with a half lead either way, because they know they have a lot to work with on the second half. And you're seeing PyRoGEN, and they realize that, hey, you know, we have one map under our belts. 23 tickets isn't impossible to come back from. It's not a feat that...
Oh, it's definitely possible.
It's not too bad of a feat, and they're going to be pushing for it. Obviously, they have the people at home, the audience, in favor of them, but...
I really didn't expect that.
I didn't either. I really did. Not out of a team that was 16th throughout all the cups.
But that's what the people at home and the fans are rooting for. And Pyro, they can do it in this second map. It's only a 23 ticket lead. It's distinctly possible. So, I don't know. I think it'd be the fairy tale story, if you will, if Pyro were to come through and find themselves in the finals. I really do. I think they're definitely the dark horse, so to speak. And
I still don't understand that term.
Do you want me to explain it?
Is this an English term?
No, it's just a term. It's
usually it's underdog, but when did it become another animal? I don't.
Well, you know, horses are bigger than dogs.
But why's it got to be dark?
I
don't understand. I thought this was like a British thing, because I work with 5 Brits in my office and then 1 Belgian. I'm the only lonely American, so I hear a lot of
English
tea and crumpets and all that stuff.
Really?
All that good stuff. But
okay, all right, that's how it's gonna be.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're getting underway here with the second half of the second map in this best of 3 between Dignitas and PyRoGEN. And we're gonna have Dignitas over on the Russia side. We're gonna have PyRoGEN over on the US. And let's see, PyRoGEN currently down 23 tickets in this half, but 1 map up. Let's see if they can pull anything different out on this side.
A lot is going to depend on the break and who manages to gain the momentum straight off the bat. You can see Dignitas flooding that B flag. 2 players there, and I'm actually looking at Flasher, who is currently, well, in no man's land. He kind of just gave it that B flag. He basically just rotated all the way around the outside and went up top. It's an interesting strategy. I mean,
They don't see him.
they don't, but he isn't hitting any shots from up there, so it's kind of not really doing his team any favors. But you see him still content on being up there. It's an interesting spot. I've never seen anyone break off like that.
This is literally the first time I've ever seen this, and he could pretty much single man hold that push because he can see them coming from anywhere. Usually the tanks are in the way, or usually you're only holding a certain vision spot. But that is really interesting. He finally does get spotted, so he finally does drop down. But if anything, it has at least secured them B, so they got some use out of it.
Yeah, they did finally get some use out of it, although he has had to bail from that vantage point because you are very wide out in the open, I think it's fair to say.
He needs a sniper. That's what he needs.
Oh, can you
I've seen it once. I've seen it once. Judetsky
really?
used it, yeah.
No.
He got 1 kill and then died right after, and then switched.
No. That would be so epic. That really would be epic. But speaking of Judetsky, he's on your screen now, has just shut down Hexus as well. So nice plays from him. He's going to have to do some defensive work. Actually, he's just done IKO as well. So nicely done, but unfortunately just a bit too weak there as he tried to just peek outside. Wasn't to be.
I love the ragdoll physics. It's just so
Just drop.
awesome sometimes. And right now, we do have Dignitas with that 2-cap lead currently in PyRoGEN. Well, sorry, PyRoGEN actually pulled that one back in the midst of just switching between the cameras. And right now, Dignitas able to pick up quite a few kills, though, and 133 to 127. Remember, if PyRoGEN fall below 23 tickets, that threshold, is going to be it here. And Dignitas, one of the few teams, actually, that ever destroys the walls inside of C. And right now, they haven't done it just yet, but they do usually take these doors down as well with an engineer class. And they haven't done it, and I'm a little bit curious why this time.
That is interesting. If that's something a team usually does, you expect to sort of see them, especially something like that, where it allows that C flag to be significantly more open. But Dignitas, they do have control. They have B and C. They also have the ticket lead, 127 to 116. So right now, everything is going their way. How are Pyro going to react? Well, they only have Monstro up for now. IKO just spawning in an IKO, considering how big he went in that first side, 1 and 5.
Sorry, the physics
You
again
love
just
the
got me.
physics, don't you?
It just makes me giggle like a little girl. All right, well, right now, you asked the magic question right now of how are they going to get back in this, and currently getting tri-capped, so something, anything is what they need to do right now, it seems. They just haven't got control of anything. It looks like C will finally go back in their favor here, but the kills, it's honestly not that in favor of Dignitas, but it's just the position that Dignitas has been using, the control of PyRoGEN by just back capping them or just constantly holding on to things has been giving them this lead currently. It's already stretching out to 32 tickets, and it's probably going to keep growing at this rate.
Nice work done by Hexus. Can he pick up the second with the hip fight? That was on the Sue. Nicely done. As you can see, Ring Around the Roses there on your screen. Everyone running around the tanks.
I was thinking,
Benny Hill music again.
Yeah. Oh, they have pulled it off, though. So Dignitas going to get control of B yet again here. And it seems like every aggressive play out of LDLC just gets shut down. And now Judetsky, can he hold on to A here? He's going to be looking through this window. He will spot one man off to his side. Actually, there's actually only one there. Sorry, Ikaho. He's going to charge straight into. Will he pick up the kills? He's just spraying and praying. Doesn't get taken down. So A will be maintained by PyRoGEN. But now C, that one's being contested by Masu and friends. And at least him going to get taken down. Monstro going to die as well. And not to mention probably some revives coming in here on top of that.
Yeah, nicely played there by Masu. 2 very important kills. And his teammates just spawning in on top of him as well. A couple more players are going to try and contest the flag. Masu just going to put down lots of shots. He is just on a rampage down here. Really nicely done, picking up a couple of assists as well for his efforts. But Dignitas, they have lost control of that B flag, so PyRoGEN not out of it yet.
I will say this, and I will stick to my guns on it. Dignitas is one of the best teams when it comes to holding down C on this map. It is so damn hard to take it back from them. They just get dug in like it's a foxhole and just maintain control of it. And you saw right there, I mean, just Masu going big with a couple of teammates as well, just picking up quite a few kills. And that leads me to believe that, maybe A and B should be the focus of PyRoGEN because they need to get this 2-cap. They are bleeding tickets away. It's only 30 difference right now, but it takes a mental toll on you.
Oh, definitely. It really does. The amount of times you'll push a flag and then not cap it, mentally that is going to start to affect you. You're going to be like, well, can we actually take a flag off them? And it really does.
It's true. You can't get psyched out like that.
Exactly. If you lose the mental side of the game, how do you expect to win? It really is that simple. And PyRoGEN finally, with A and B in their control, 100 to 69.
Sorry, Flasher just like, I'm stuck. You saw him getting angry at it. He's like, just get away from me. He will still hold the back of A here. And to me, I'm not sure if I agree with not his position, but his use in the team currently, where he he's come out big on Dawnbreaker with kills, but he's being forced to, it seems, to just hold on to a flag and defend against it. Yeah, I can understand because you want to keep one of your top fraggers who has probably the best aim in the team to, maintain a hold. But if he's not the person roaming around,
who is? Who are you going to replace him with?
Exactly. And then you're replacing with someone else who doesn't have the best of aim, who isn't going to get anything done.
Yeah, it's a tough call, and it's may not have been the correct call so far in this game. There is still time, and we may see him just switch it up. And Flash at 2 and 7 currently, not what we're used to seeing from him, but still time. But not a lot of time, admittedly. 90 to 59. PyRoGEN do have that B and C combination, and the ticket lead from that first side was what, 20, 23?
23.
So, I mean, it's not looking good, but it's still possible.
It definitely is, and right now PyRoGEN looking to prove that it is possible, as we do see Flasher actually rotating over to C now, playing a little bit over Slayer, what I expect, or what I hope, but 3 and 7. Not a scoreline we come to really expect out of him currently, as Monstro 11 and 12, Exis 13 and 8. That's probably why he's not playing the Slayer role on this map.
Get turned on. That was no.
That was one of those moments where
I
you
want
just...
an instant replay. That's what I want.
That's one of those moments where you just realize, crap, they're spectating this, and that probably just got showed everywhere, probably all over YouTube in a matter of minutes.
Oh, I can already see someone uploading
But that's also a sign, though, is maybe the pressure's getting to him.
Definitely. I mean, that was a relatively simple kill, I would like to think.
I mean, I wouldn't think that both of us probably could have gotten that.
I would like to think so. Whether we could in practice, a little bit different. But still, I mean, it's not what we really expect from him, which is why we're kind of constantly talking about it. He's such a fantastic player.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to talk smack or
Yeah,
anything
of
about
course.
him. We're just pointing out that he's not playing to his usual performance, or he's not performing like he should be. And right now, we are going to see... PyRoGEN able to pick up quite a few kills and actually almost wipe out Dignitas. Master the last man standing. Let's go and check in with... Well, we can't check with him because he just died. But PyRoGEN able to get 2 holds here, and it's becoming more likely. 62 to 47.
They're going for
This is a good possibility. Like, they could pull this one back. They still have a lot of tickets to work with, and if they can just maintain 2 flags, they don't really need 3, and it looks like they're going to go for a BC hold here, they could come back and win this one in a 2-0 sweep.
They could, but still take nothing away from Dignitas. They're a team who now realistically should be like, well, we need to win this. Let's get ourselves composed. Let's not get knocked out. That would be a horrible thing. I mean, obviously I know it's the carnival here in Cologne, but no one wants to go home or go out drinking straight away after losing the first round. Well, maybe.
I'm thinking like,
Do they? Is that the game plan? No,
Can Dahlbrick cover me the rest of the day? I don't know. All right, well, right now, C being capped over Elysium. He's boop, boop, a tank. And
what was that noise?
Boop, boop. Don't tanks make boop, boop sounds?
That is the most epic noise ever.
I don't know, but he picks up 2 big kills right there.
It was the boop, boop.
Yeah, and he's holding on to C. Gets a backup finally coming for his teammates. Healing up, gets another kill on Judetsky. And they've held on to C currently, and they're even trying to cap A. Flasher in a 1-on-2 situation. Looks like he's just going to back away from this one. Let this one go because he realizes he's not capping over. Looking for a kill. Gets it. And this might be PyRoGEN coming back. 36, 34 tickets remain, and they're going to have a tri-cap. This is a very dangerous position for Dignitas to be in. This is
Massive play coming from Pyro. That trip cap, every second they have it is just beneficial. Obviously, they're going to lose it. You can see A currently contested. Someone from Dignitas, I believe it's Judeski, is going to jump on that now. PyRoGEN, so close right now. I mean, 24 tickets left for Dignitas. All Dignitas need to do is drop PyRoGEN below 23. And it looks like C is also being contested.
Yeah, they didn't get the good read on Dignitas and where they're coming from, but right now they're going for a hit on A here. They're still trying to go for that 2-cap hold, and it looks like they might be able to. Again, taking some damage right there. Being forced to back away a little bit. The 5-cap actually not coming in just yet, but it is neutralized, so not any tickets taken away from anyone. He gets taken down by Judetsky, so A will be held. B being kept over as well, and this is looking like it's going to be it. This most definitely has to be it.
I'd be amazed if it wasn't. You can see Pyro just desperately trying to get something. Not going to happen. Dignitas lock in that trip cap, and that should see it all. Yep, that's going to be it. Not enough tickets. So fantastic plays coming from Dignitas, staying strong when they needed to. I mean, another really close game. I mean, that first map was extremely close. That second map, not disappointing. It just shows you this series just so intense. I mean, I said at the start of the day, you know, in terms of this group, this was the game which was going to be the kind of the only one which was really sort of difficult to call, if you will. So it's living up to its expectations right now.
You can see there's some relief on their faces off of that as well. He's like, me? Was I the badass in that game? Let me check the KDA. Yup.
That was me.
All right, now you can see Junior behind him, just making sure they're not doing things they shouldn't be. Just admitting this one up, and we're going to Lankang Dam now. That map, it's tricky. I haven't seen it that much. That's the problem. Like I've seen it played, obviously, but I haven't casted much of it. And it worries me because I don't know if Dignitas is that confident on it. They're currently 1 for 3 on it. We're on the other side, PyRoGEN are 1 for 1. And I'm going to tell you what teams Dignitas have actually lost to against it, because if I remember correctly, there was some pretty decent teams, if I'm not mistaken.
That's interesting. 1 for 3 as opposed to 1 for 1.
Obviously not like the biggest of differences, but
still.
Dignitas lost to Fnatic and Epsilon on it. So
Oh, well.
it's you could
Two of the best teams.
Yeah, I mean you
in the
could
world.
say it's a terrible ratio or terrible percentages, but against teams like that.
But who did they beat?
Well, PyRoGEN beat Sequoia. Let me check in with Dignitas real quick, because I did not look at that part. If I can use the letters correctly at Dignitas. There we go. They did beat Yoki.
Okay.
So again, they beat Yoki without Cow on the team. So they were like a mixed roster a little bit, because he jumped ship to Eyeball. Oh, I can't say jump ship, but he moved to Eyeballers. Mm-hmm. So obviously it's not one of the most convincing wins off of that, but still, we really haven't seen these two teams, I want to say, perform. I mean, obviously Dignitas lost to some very good teams off of that. You know, we saw PyRoGEN pick up a win against Exacquio, but they haven't played against a Dignitas caliber team on that map. So I really want to know who's going to pick this one up. I feel like it's not even going to be close, though. I feel like it's going to be very one-sided because of because of just the layout of the map.
I don't know. We've seen a very close. I see what you're saying in terms of the layout, but we've seen a very close first map, a very close second map. I kind of want to see another very close third map just to see off this series.
Yeah, that would make it even more epic. But in the meantime, we're going to be heading over to Red Eye. And when we come back, we're going to have Dignitas versus PyRoGEN in the last map of this match.
Thank you very much, guys. We're going to have our final map in just a moment. The players are going to take a natural break, which gives us a chance to have a chat about the first 2 maps with Dogbert. Don't worry, by the way. I've got a defib machine, and there are medics on standby. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Some close games.
Yeah,
Very close.
First map was 3 tickets. 3 tickets, okay? And I could see you looking at the scoreboard. Your leg was going, like the chap in Red Bull, Christian Horner. And then they lost it, when they should have won it, really.
Yeah, I kind of feel a bit of patience. They kind of lost it near the end and kind of just started throwing themselves into the flags. Something Dig have got a habit of doing, but I was hopping around like very, very anxious about that one, and it was very close.
Even in the second map, you weren't absolutely sure they were going to take map 2, but they looked better, really. I mean, still close, but better, right?
Yeah, both maps did play quite a bit. They played Zaphod a lot, but they got a good lead. They could have had a bit of a better one, but Pyro were wiping them quite a lot, and it got a bit worrying at one point. I called it, G, like they have about 2 good attacks left in them, and the first one just got wiped across the board.
It did.
I've seen the kills going down. Worrying.
Yes, so we're tied up at 1-1, and we head to a map which Dig don't really play that much and aren't all that confident on. So what does that do to your heart rate?
Well, they're confident in it. I'm not. I'm the
So
only
they're
one
okay
worried.
on the map, but you're not confident about them on the map. Why?
I don't know. I've seen them play Dam a lot, so I'm kind of just based off previous results. But I've been talking to a few of the other pros, and they're like, they don't think PyRoGEN's very good on Dam. So maybe that's why that map's in there. So, well, it's not their pick, but it seems to be both teams have struggled a bit on it.
But then again, they both let it through the map vetoes, which means that they might be thinking, well, actually, is it the lesser of 2 evils to play the map, because we know they're not very good at it, even if we aren't very good at it?
Yeah, I think both teams are just like, they're probably really, we should pick that one. I'm worried about this one, but yeah, I'll let that one slide.
Okay. If they don't win this map, is it a surprise to you, Dignitas, losing this one? I mean, be honest, as an independent now without your Dig hat on, is it a surprise, or do we expect the French to go through this game?
I would be surprised, but at the same time, not very. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Dig have got a lot of experience, a very solid lineup, been playing a long time. Obviously, I know them quite well. But at the same time, PyRoGEN has just been on fire recently, very good results, and just seem to just have a bit of an edge sometimes, but it doesn't always come in. It seems to flicker in and off. So I have to wait and see, but I'm pretty tense about this matchup.
Yeah, I think he is. We're going to go back to our commentary team in just a moment, but I do have one quick word for you. We do have some more prizes up here as well. I just wanted to introduce you to some of these, if you can get that on the camera right now. We have another Battlefield 4 keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard. Listen to this. Confirmed mechanical. We also have, see the power of television, Dog, but we also have the Astro Battlefield 4 A50 headset as well. This is a monster. If anyone from Astra is watching, Red Eye would really like one of these. We do also have that to give away as a prize as well. But we need your competition entries, so make sure you send them to us on Twitter using the hashtag #ESL1. Draw a painting, use paint, use Photoshop, use anything you like out there. It could be a watercolour, could be, I don't know, a Michelangelo on a ceiling in a church somewhere. I don't care how you do it, but do us something that you find fun or interesting from Battlefield 4. It can be absolutely anything. It could be, you know, one of the players here from one of the teams. It could be a Christmas card to Dogbert. I don't care, but whatever it is, and it's BF4 themed, we'll have a look at it, and the best one will win some prizes. Could be one of these two prizes that we've got right now. Time to go back to our commentators then for the third and final map. Who wins this one? Is it France or is it Finland?
That keyboard looks badass.
Right?
It does.
It does.
And if any of you out there are working for Astro, just make sure to tweet at Paul Schaloner. Tell him, let him know that he's interested in, getting one of those fancy toys. Obviously, I can give you his address, but I don't think I should do that on air. But
Probably not the best idea.
yeah, but we heard, Dogbert talking to teams. They say PyRoGEN not that strong on Land King Dam.
Who knows?
And then you heard Red Eye say, that map was left open. It's kind of like you can be good on a couple of maps, but it's like which one's the worst or the least of all evils.
Yeah, the
But
lesser of all evils.
Lesser of all evils.
Yeah.
I knew it was so. I was
You were
close.
close.
It was close.
You were close.
I never said I was good at those, but which one's the lesser of all evils? And I want to say this one's going to be it here, but this is going to be a very difficult map. Like I said before, to me, this is one of those maps that can be really one-sided. And I haven't seen very many close games on it, but right now it's the last map of the series. We're getting 2-3 mappers in a row.
Couldn't ask for a better start to the day.
I can't tell you how many 2-0s we've had throughout all the cups, so it's great to see these. All right, now as you can see, I love these videos. They were so well done. Matt, who actually works here as a producer, fantastic job on those. Kudos to you, sir. And right now, let me get underway in just a second as I open the console on accident. But we have on the Russian side Dignitas, and we have PyRoGEN on the Chinese side. Which team is going to win this one? You guys voted, and you still have PyRoGEN in your thoughts and your prayers. But can they pull it off here? And let's see.
Well, off the break, it's looking like... Now, this is interesting, because every time I've seen this map played, someone from the PyRoGEN spawn would rotate straight towards that A flag through the parking lot. And this time they decided they don't want to do that. They want to overextend through the right-hand side. And that's a 3-man aggressive push from Pyro straight towards that B flag. They secured C, as you'd expect. Dignitas secured A, as you'd expect. So now, the gunfight at B, this is going to be huge.
That's, like you said before, 4 men. That is a lot to commit into B, but I think it shows that they really want to hold on to this, and with that manpower, they're able to do it. They're able to get that early 2-1 hold here, but this is the real question. Where is it going to stem from here? Because the first, 30 seconds to 2 minutes is always very, bouncy back and forth between the sides. Is it going to stabilize in PyRoGEN's favor or Dignitas? And you're seeing Jukwili, nice little position right there. Not able to pick up any kills, but it does get the squad respawning in, and, to me, B is always, it's pretty much in every map, B is always that flag to watch.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't even matter on the map. It always tends to be that sort of heavily contested flag, and that's simply just because of the spawn straight off the bat. It's that flag that everyone has to contest to, everyone has to send the numbers to, and you'll see it consistently contested across through both teams throughout the entire tournament, and once again, being contested. This time, Dignitas trying to jump on that B flag and try and get themselves sort of, I don't want to say back into the game, because by no means they're out, but a fantastic start from Pyro has given them a bit of a substantial 20-ticket lead.
And they have an interesting back spawn as well. We're going to see Moncho go up on top of the building. That is allowed on this map, not on Siege of Shanghai, though, if we do see that map come into light. But Jerk all alone, and honestly, I don't agree with him playing this anchor role. To me, he's not that type of player. He's more aggressive. He likes to flank around. He's like the Delarco of Dignitas in my head. I'm sorry to keep using Delarco, but he's the man that always stands out for me when it comes to that, as well as Horik. But to me, he's more of a Slayer, or at least more of like a Valu or something like that. It's just, I don't know if I agree with it. But right now, PyRoGEN 3-cap. No matter how long it's going to be done for, they still get it either way.
They had a 3-cap with only 1 man up as well, which is what's a little bit concerning. However, Dignitas do jump straight back on that B flag. But right now, Dignitas, they don't seem to be able to get some control. Now they're pushing for the trip cap. How are Pyro going to respond? That's going to be the big question.
It will be indeed. And right now, Dignitas is the only one with a flag over at B. Jerk just coming into the backside of A. Pretty much in a 1-on-3 situation, but they just let him get full control. He's going to lock that one down here. B being contested over on the side for PyRoGEN. Obviously not the flag you want to have to go for. But there's nothing open for them at the time. Now, A, looks like it will be capped over for PyRoGEN here in just a second. And Wallow going to be watching from the windows and seeing. I really like this position, too, because it gives you so much coverage of a majority of the map and anyone that is even trying to come into the C side.
However, the problem is, when you get 2 flags to 1 down, you can't always just play defensively. He needs the rest of his team to start making some plays out there. You've got Jerk 0-3, currently down as well. He's going to need to try and turn things around. It's a fantastic slay when he needs to, as Flasher just decided he wanted to fly up into the middle of the air.
Chill between these two file cabinets.
That was an interesting place to chill.
It was. And all right, so PyRoGEN, 135-95 ticket lead, and they're getting a cap on a C at the same time.
This is nice. Nice start from them.
It definitely is, and whoever Dogbert's sources was saying PyRoGEN's not strong on lane king, damn. I think they were trolling you, sir, because so far they've been doing a great job.
I think they were just trying to let Dogbert feel a little bit more relaxed going into this last map.
They wanted to troll Dignitas, and he's the easiest way to do it. But 133-85 now, and we're going to see C capped over. We do have some Elysium, though, as well as one more man on his team, able to get the kills and able to lock this one back down. And ANC, not the most desired holds. And I don't know about you personally, but to me, I'm a little bit surprised to not see anyone sitting on these roofs.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because I had a fly around just a couple of seconds ago on my screen and was looking to see if anyone was holding those power positions, because it's something that we've talked about all day so far, buildings.
Right.
How important are buildings, holding down those power positions gives you great advantage, etc. But no one on this map seems to want to go up top. Everyone content on being close to those flags and getting ready for those gunfights. And right now, it's definitely favored PyRoGEN. 130-70 ticket lead, have both A and C under their control, and they're basically just trapping Dignitas on B.
60 tickets.
That's a big lead, considering what we've had less than 5 minutes of game time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Ridiculous score by them so far, and they're even trying to cap out on B here, and you called it perfectly. They're trapping them inside of B. You can see they can't get any favorable respawns, though. I'm not agreeing with 2 people over towards C at the moment, but either way, they're trying to control them and trying to hold on to them. We do see quickly pick up a kill over onto someone on A, and now Monstro trying to hold on to this position. And the ticket lead is just getting bigger and bigger. Like, it's showing no signs of stopping. They have continually been able to snowball this map in their favor so far.
And that's going to be key. The momentum, as you so rightfully said, going into that second side, Dignitas need to control the ticket lead right now. That's definitely going to be something they need to do, because I personally don't see them coming back in the first side, but they need to minimize the lead that PyRoGEN have at this point, because PyRoGEN just looks so good on this map. They really do. I mean, they are down 2-1 flag at the moment, but watch for them to rotate and try and make some plays happen at that B flag.
And you see they're trying to hit B in multiple directions. Actually losing out on A currently. Looks like Dignitas will be able to cap that over. I'm going to assume... Oh, that's Jaquili. Did get the better of Monster right there. And we'll have that tri-cap actually going back over to Dignitas. And you were saying it. They're trying to minimize the lead that PyRoGEN has, and this might be the exact time for them to do it. And even maybe more, they might even be able to pull the lead back off this, because they still are maintaining this tri-cap.
That would be a massive comeback. You can see that A flag, though, still being contested on the top of your screens, and Jaquili finally gets taken out. But you can see all 3 players just dispersing.
Yeah, no one's even capping A over. Maybe that's a little bit of miscommunication error.
That's why it seemed a bit strange. They managed to pick up the kill and then ran away, and they may pay the price. Finally, A does go in. That took a lot longer than it potentially should have done, though. But PyRoGEN, 92-46 tickets in the lead. And, I'd still say that they're favourites to win the first side. Finally, the contest comes over at B, just simply because of the momentum they had and that slaying power that they were showing us. I mean, you look at kills, 37-36, it looks even. But when you look at the kills that have been made on the flags, it seems that PyRoGEN, within the first 4 minutes of this game, they were always the ones picking up those vital 1v1s.
All right, now with the end of that tri-cap coming to a close, Dignitas took it from 60 tickets to about 40-50, so they chipped away at it a little bit here, but they're chipping away at a massive boulder right now as Elysium looking to pick up another kill, and Jaquili does get taken down, though. Maybe he should have aimed down the sights. He does have a scope for a reason. And now PyRoGEN actually losing out on 3 men, so they're going to lose control of B, it seems, and Monstro going to be forced to maintain control of A off of that.
Well, Monstro just trying to see if he can spot someone. He had a feeling someone was up top. He was right to assume so. Obviously, Pyro not with control of B right now, so he's left doing that defensive work over at A. And I don't know, 31-79, still in favor of PyRoGEN. I just think PyRoGEN need that one last push. That one push where they, they hop on B, they slay the Dignitas out, they lock him into just that C flag for a couple of, even 30 seconds, and that realistically should be the end of Dignitas on this first side.
Yeah, I completely agree. And right now, Dignitas aren't letting that happen. It does get revived right there, but you can just see every time I get to some player, the finger of death that I apparently have, that one of our producers coined it, they just keep dying left and right. And right now, B going to be kept over A, going in favor of Dignitas, as you can see ever so slightly on your screen. But right now, PyRoGEN get a full respawn in. This might be their time to strike. Where are they going to hit? They have 2 men going towards C, 2 men going out towards at least 1 man going out towards the backside of B. And Monstro, he can go big here, picks up 2, look for the 3rd, he gets it! Wow. And that's got to be it. Like, that's got to be that push they need. If he can pick up this kill as well, he will get that 4th kill, And he would get control of A, but Chiquili does pick that one up. But either way, that means C's going to be open. That one's going to be locked down for PyRoGEN. And they're finally going to have the bleed back here in their favor.
Yeah, that was that push that I was talking about, that momentum changer, picking up 3 kills, 3 players go down, and it just opens up the map for Pyro to just rotate. More kills going down, bodies flying everywhere.
I hate when you get revived, you instantly die again. It's like, thanks.
How annoying is that? It's like, dude, you could have waited. You know, you could have killed the guy and then revived me.
It's like, you know, died once wasn't bad enough, but you gotta make me do it twice. All right, so B and C still locked down for PyRoGEN. 9 tickets remain though on the side. Dignitas, they have control of A, but this is pretty much it. This is their last push. If they can't get control of B here, then that will be it for the first half. And you can see them just running into each other, dying. Dignitas able to get the actual control of B here, but they cannot afford to die anymore. They cannot afford to keep letting these respawns come in and those tickets being withered away. And they will finally lock down control of B here. PyRoGEN, I think they just make it like a little bit of a squeeze, not even like a full push. Just need to get something, just something here. A couple of kills here or there to secure their victory of, well, at least in the first half by 40 tickets.
Well, Jerk does not want to allow it. He took Monster off that B flag. He knows that it's a similar position to what we saw earlier on. Can you just reduce the ticket lead as much as you possibly can? That's the name of the game at this point. And you can see just they don't really want to spawn in at this point. Only 1 ticket left for Dignitas.
I think he forgot he's using impact grenades. He's trying to bounce it off the pillar. But he's blown up when he hits the pillar. He's like, what the hell's happening? Are they shooting my grenade out of the air?
Well, only 2 plays up for Dignitas. 1 player up, last man in squad, 1-32.
He's getting quite a few kills, though.
B-flag, that's it. That was almost brilliant, but it wasn't to be. 32 ticket lead.
All right, so PyRoGEN came out strong the entire time and are keeping it up here. They won that first map with 34 tickets on Dawnbreaker, and lost the second one on Zavod with 23. And right now, you can see Dignitas, a little bit of worry in their eyes, a little bit of confusion into what's going on, but like you're saying before, and like we've seen actually in quite a few maps, that a different side can give you a different outlook on the game.
Yeah, it really can, and it comes down to team's personal preference as well. But what's really interesting is you look at this series, and you look at the ticket advantage from the first side of every map we've seen, 34, 23, 32. How close is this series? I mean, they are very, very small as opposed to the first series of the day that we saw. I think it was 115 to kick things off. Then it went down to 84, then 49. I mean, this series significantly closer. And, you know, going into the last map, last side, 32 lead in favor of Pyro. I would say if you're a Dignitas fan, don't count them out just yet, but Pyro definitely have the control.
And I think one thing we've learned, and probably Planet Q Dynamics, who will be facing off against the loser a little bit later on, or even UMAP facing off against the winner, what maps they want to take away and what maps they want to lock in.
Yes.
I mean, Operation Lock-In for Planet Key, 84 ticket lead over UMAV. So if PyRoGEN, whoever loses this game, that's probably a map that's going to be taken away unless they feel confident enough to go up against them. But right now, PyRoGEN, they're in the driver's seat. They have the 32 ticket lead. And that's 32 tickets that they have to get Dignitas under if they want to be able to secure this victory and advance on into the winner's bracket. Because obviously, it's pretty much 2 losses and you're out. So if you can pick up this one, you have that little bit of a leeway into the bottom side.
Yeah, definitely. And as well as that, you also have the knowledge of what the other team has done before them because they were all sat there watching. So they're going to have, as you were saying, you know, what maps are we going to ban out? Because that definitely does have a massive effect. When a team wins a map by, 84 tickets?
Too many.
That's definitely something you're going to want to be thinking about banning. As opposed to, you know, this game where everything has been so close, you know, Planet Key aren't, or even UMAV even, they're not going to have a true sort of knowledge of what map is good for the opposition. So it's going to be a lot closer maybe.
All right, now PyRoGEN going to be on the Russian side here. And we're going to see Dignitas over on the Chinese. And let's see what they do go for. And it looks like Dignitas are going to do what you were talking about earlier about PyRoGEN. Looks like they're going to send 1 man to A. They actually do trade a 1-for-1 right there, but Dignitas comes out ahead in that one. They're going to control C here, but the man that is an A, actually, that is Igaho. He's actually going to leave it right away. He's going to try to go over to B, maybe help out a little bit here as Alicia picks up a nice kill onto Walu. And that should be B going over for PyRoGEN. So it seems like it didn't matter what side they were on. PyRoGEN are definitely taking control of the game right off the bat.
Well, it was Jujetsky who was the player from Dignitas who ran straight across the parking lot. He has managed to have a teammate spawn on him, so they are going to trade that for the A flag. Now the question, can they pincer that B flag? If they can try and pincer that B flag, potentially get an early trip cap, just reduce that lead just a little bit, and then really go for the spawns from there, that could be a good option. And that looks what like Jujetsky is actually going to try and do. He's on that B flag, and he's going to try and make those plays.
Jujetsky did get taken out. Melissa picking up a nice 2-piece right there. Will give him control of C. And that forces Dignitas to go for those spawns over towards A now. And PyRoGEN, remember, if Dignitas fall below that 32 ticket threshold, they will advance into the losers bracket. Advance kind of seemed like a bad word to say. It's like hopeful and positive, but then into the losers. And that means PyRoGEN, who Now, probably the underdog. I want to say the underdog of the entire tournament, even though the audience out there actually has them to win this game, can advance on into play against UMAV, which should be coming up right after this. But right now, able to control B, able to control C, and Dignitas, they haven't had all 5 up here now for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's been a while. Every single time someone spawns in, someone else drops, and you can see Jerk spawned in, died instantly. And finally, it looks like now Dignitas do have all 5 up. Now they can try and plan what their next move is. They do have control of A and C, so they are in a good position. However, it is still Pyro who do have the lead in this game.
I like how Dignitas adapted to this as well. Because remember, Jerk was holding A by himself. He had a terrible scoreline. Now Jaquili's doing it, and he's actually picking up the kills where Jerk unfortunately could not. And Jerk's doing likewise, picking up kills on the aggression where Jaquili unfortunately could not. So a little bit of a change-up has helped Dignitas quite a bit, and Dignitas are all tied up here with tickets. Going to be given over for Dignitas, or sorry, for PyRoGEN. No, for Dignitas. And we're going to have A taken over for PyRoGEN here, though. Monstro going to do exactly what he did earlier on over towards A. Going to go for the cap on a C here. And Masu, he's there waiting.
Masu just patiently waiting. And as Monstro now finally rotates, hops on that flag. Nicely done from him. And can he pick up the kill? That would be important. It was important. He picked up Masu. Nicely done from him. And it looks like he's desperately just trying to change things around.
You can see right now, PyRoGEN trying to go for the hit onto outside. That's going to swing around over there. Oh, that's the grass. Beautiful. I'm doing the camera, so just to let you guys know at home. Oh, nice nade comes in, though. Does allow that pickup, and it looks like he will go into B. I'm going to see if I can follow him.
Follow
I got this.
You got this, I believe.
Can't go through the metal detector because I'm metal. And they do make it in, but just to die. Yeah, I didn't want to give away my position. Or even, PyRoGEN's. But they do pick up the kill. Jerk gets that one, but gets turned around. And now Jaquili, the last man standing, as he does get that respawn in over towards A. But PyRoGEN, they haven't had the 2 cap in, I want to say quite a while, but they haven't kept B over just yet, which is even more crucial because they've had him in there for a while.
They have, and it's Jaquili just trying to put down some shots over on that B flag. There is someone from Pyro currently on that, but you see, he doesn't want to give up this position. He's going to allow them to cap it, try and put down more fire, waiting for his teammates to really rush him. But you can see there's only 2 Dignitas players up, including himself, so no one really in that position to go for the challenge. And Jaquili didn't want to sort of give up that favorable position he was actually in. And he sees those 2 players run, picks them both up, multi-kill, nicely done by Jaquili. And now, with those players down, can start thinking about being aggressive towards B.
I was watching Jerk nade himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Jaquili,
nice.
like I said, 2 big kills. And he's definitely been doing better on that defensive position, that anchor role, than Jerk was. And this change that Dignitas had just pulled out might be exactly what they needed to take back this 3rd map here. And you see Jaquili get another kill, turn the 8 and 4 now on that defensive position. Now rotate over to be a little bit aggressive here. And B will be locked over for Dignitas here. But PyRoGEN, they're still fighting back. They're getting the respawns in. Angaho gets the kill to Jaquili, and they actually have turned that one around.
Nicely done.
Masu picking up 2.
Nice plays coming in from Dignitas in reply. Can they try and cap it? No, Masu is going to get taken out. And that B flag still in contention. It's going to be Walu trying to lay down some shots. He was able to cap it, though. So Dignitas were able to get that B flag from that trade. And you can see now, overall, 86 to 91 in this second side. A very, very close game.
Yeah, a lot closer than the game we just had prior. Like, ridiculously closer, considering we have 50 tickets in favor of PyRoGEN by about now. We do see them still picking up the kills. Great positioning inside of C. And they will get that hold on C and B currently. However, it's Masu trying to do something here. So you do see 3 men killed. Now,
Trip cap.
wow.
That came out of absolutely nowhere as well.
Yeah, it really did. And Dignitas, they need to spawn in this fire. They need to go in together. And right now, every ticket they lose is going to hurt them even more because 32 is that threshold, and they are getting closer and closer to that point. Now at 72.
Now, the big question is when Dignitas do finally spawn in, where are they going to push? Because the big thing is they need to push together as a unit. You do not want to be pushing individually because, as you said, you're just going to be giving away more and more tickets. It's just going to hurt you more than it's going to help you in that sense. Finally, Dignitas do capture that A flag, and it looks like it's actually going to be Jajetski who's going to try and make some plays towards B, but decides he wants to just leave B altogether. Maybe trying to go straight towards research at C. Not going to happen, though. Does have Masu there potentially for the revive, though.
He wants to confuse us. He was running back and forth the whole time. Right now, Masu does spot 1 man going up towards C. Actually shoots the fire extinguisher, which goes on fire. Not sure if that... Maybe that wasn't a fire extinguisher, but that does confuse me. It seems like a oxymoron or something like that. But right now, Dignitas looks like they're going to be able to cap over C here in just a second. But 55 tickets, that is dangerously close to them being out on this first map or match.
It was 32, the threshold, and Dignitas now trying to get a trip cap as well. That B flag is going to be taken However, are they going to have to trade C for it? It looks that way, but they're still going to hold on to that 2-1 flag lead, and that is going to be crucial if Dignitas are going to have any chance of taking this series.
And right now, every death, every kill matters. And PyRoGEN, I think they kind of realize that, wow, Monster just rushing straight in there. He's able to pick up a kill as well. He finally does get taken down, but there's still 3 men of Dignitas there to defend against it. And I think this is the time to see what PyRoGEN is made of, because they realize, you know, we're almost there. We almost have the win. But can they stay composed? Can they keep what they need to do and figure it out in time to lock down the final amount of tickets that they do need here? Now at 48 here for Dignitas and 64 for PyRoGEN. Obviously, they have a lot of tickets to work with, but if they get tri-cap like this over and over,
this is
their tri-cap, actually. This is their tri-cap, my bad. So I'm reading the wrong colors off of that one. But they're going to get the tri-cap, and that's going to be it. It has to.
Yeah, that's going to be the nail in the coffin, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think there's anything Dignitas can really do. You just see that ticket just going down and down. 32 was the threshold. It's at 34 now. B and C being contested. 33. Is it just a little bit too much too late? 32.
Oh,
tied
they neutralized
game.
it.
It's tied.
Ah, there it is. Last man goes down, or at least the last flag. And that is going to be PyRoGEN picking up the victory here in their first match of the day. And we have PyRoGEN and UMAV advancing on into the winners brackets, while Planet Key and Dignitas have fallen down to the lower side.
That was... I'm surprised, personally. I thought it was going to be Dignitas that took it. Everyone at home, they believed it was going to be Pyro. Pyro came out on top in the series, winning 2-1 against Dignitas. We've seen 2-3 games. Two best of threes going all the way to that third and final game. So it just shows the competition here very high.
It's very fierce right now. And PyRoGEN, they have to be happy about that one. You can see Dignitas on your screen. A little bit upset from that. Unfortunately, they did put up a good fight. I will give them that. There was a lot of good tri-caps, but obviously, you're going to have to take some time here. They will have, obviously, a match off, so they can talk about things, see what went wrong, maybe change up the map pool a little bit. As you see, PyRoGEN just come over, shake their hands, and everyone at home, whoever are those few people, or actually probably many people now, that had UMAV to win and PyRoGEN, getting very close to winning one of those prizes.
I'm gonna have to stop entering in these. I
think we agree. We're gonna do a paint picture and send it in. We're gonna do it together.
All right, okay. The dual effort. I'm not sure
it's like
but
you control the keyboard and I control the mouse for Battlefield. I've done that with Pansy once.
That would just end so badly.
Trying to fly a jet.
Oh no!
And it's already hard to fly jets on PCs.
Difficult. It is pretty difficult. It's not the easiest. That doesn't surprise me. I imagine you crashed many times.
There's one guy on Twitch, Widgety, I think his name is, or something like that. He goes like 72-0 every time because he always flies around the little helicopters. The thing is, he's so damn good at it. He can fly in and out, and like it blows my mind. You have to check it out one day. But maybe we'll actually see a clip or something like that a little bit later on. But still, PyRoGEN, congratulations to them yet again, advancing on to the winners bracket. They have another beast coming up in the form of UMAV up next.
Tough game.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what that meant to Dignitas right there, though. I mean,
they kind of look at the faces now. Yeah. I mean, I think that's definitely a shock. I don't think they really expected that. But then this is where we're going to see teams now thinking about the maps of what they've already seen from the teams that they're going to be facing, and how we're going to see the veto system differ. Could be very interesting.
And the thing is that, you know, Dignitas, they've been active. They've been playing. You know, PyRoGEN, they didn't participate in the Dignitas Battlefield 4 Invitational Tournament, but Dignitas did, where they lost in the first match to Epsilon, beat ESC, but then lost to Meet Your Maker. So they've been practicing, they've been playing, but the results have been going down. I mean, if you look at the cups alone, the first cup semifinal, lost to Meet Your Makers. Second cup semifinal, lost to Epsilon. Third cup quarterfinals, lost to UMAV. Fourth cup quarterfinals, lost to Against Authority. So they've been slowly, it seems, going downhill. They even placed second in their groups, losing to Fnatic. It just seems to be like a downward spiral, and I don't know what they need to kind of turn that back around.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Hopefully they can find it, though.
They need to.
Yes, they desperately do, because it's, as you said, 2 losses, you're out. That's it. You have 2 lives. With Dignitas losing in, they are going to be enjoying the rest of the carnival a bit too soon.
Well, either way, they're going to have fun, whether they win or they lose.
But I imagine they want to win more.
Oh, yeah, of course. Because then they can go drinking after they win.
Exactly.
And have something to celebrate. But
there you go.
Now, if I remember correctly, we're going to be going into UMAP PyRoGEN. Okay. Are there any maps you see in there that are going to be vetoed out, do you think? Because we've already had on the side, or the first game, we had Zavod, Gomod Railway, and Operation Locker. And the games we just saw with PyRoGEN, Zavod, Dawnbreaker, and Lang King Dam.
See, that's an interesting question, because I think now both teams are going to... They're left in that decision of, do they go for the veto of what was strong for the opposition, or do they try and make sure that they have what's strong for them? So they're left in that difficult place of, like, what do they actually go for the veto? I mean, they could essentially double bluff, maybe. We could... Who knows? Who knows? Why not? I
I don't even think they know right now. And they'll probably find out when they're staying up there doing the videos. But in the meantime, we're going to head over to Red Eye, who has an interview with one of the winners.
Thank you very much, Jason. Yes, I have one of the winners and one of the losers here as well. We don't like to call them losers. They just came second. We'll get to Jerk in just a moment and talk to him about how Dignitas feel about how the match went. But Ikaho is also with me. Congratulations on the victory. Well played. I guess the first question really is, did you expect it to be so close against Dignitas and the fact that they're such a good team?
Well, we expected it to be so close because they are a really strong team, expecting LAN. So we expected that.
Okay, and in terms of the way the match unfolded and worked, was it as you expected? Did you think, we're going to need to fight for every single kill? I mean, 3-ticket win on the first map was very, very close.
Yeah, they are really strong players. Yeah, each kill is important. So yeah, we just took the kills and we fought till the end. So yeah.
What was the difference for you? What was the difference between you and Dignitas in the end?
I think our mental, we just prepared that LAN one week at the Pyro HQ, so we had LAN conditions, and I think it's the difference between.
Good boot camp beforehand always works well. What is the difference for you guys, having gone through the regular season in the Cups? You only just made it into the top 16. You then won your group, which many people were surprised about, and now you've come here and won your opening game. Why during the regular season were you not able to show us how good you are?
Well, we didn't have the good lineup, I think, and we just decided to change our last player, that is Monstro now, and that's a good experienced player, and that really made the difference for us. He's a really strong player, and we needed that one. So.
Well, best of luck in your winners' game. You're one game away from the semi-final. Congratulations.
Thank you.
With Jerk from Dignitas, who's stepped in to stop Wahlberg stealing all the limelight. Yeah, exactly. Obviously disappointing to lose like that. And when we look at it overall, you've lost by 3 tickets in the first game, and that's made all the difference. So how do you guys pick yourselves up now?
Well, we try to forget the loss and, of course, concentrate on the next game. But, yeah, I think Dawnbreaker, the first map, we were really, or myself, didn't play on my own level. Then in the first round we started coming back. The second round we should have won. Well, I don't know. We tried to just cap the flag and take the bleed, and we didn't care about the frags. But they just got the important frags in the end, and that was over for the first map. So
things went better in the second map, though. You seemed back on your game again. That seemed to be in control of the map, even though it was again a close map finish. But what happened in map 3 for you guys?
I don't know. I think we never really got into the lock position that we wanted in Langsam. They were always behind in the back flag, and they just back flagged us. And then we had to again attack from B, and I think that's difficult when they got both windows. And yeah, it was just difficult. They played really well.
I mean, you now go on to play PKD in the lower bracket. It means you win or you're out. So it's a big game now. PKD, did you get a chance to watch their match earlier on? And if not, are you aware of the lockdown?
Yeah, we watched their match, and I think we know what to do. So.
All right, well, best of luck in your lower bracket game as well. That is it from the interview area. Don't forget, we've still got plenty of social media action going on. Keep your tweets coming, #ESL1. And also make sure you go to the website, battlefield-ems1.com, to make sure you put your predictions in. You predicted 2 out of 2 so far. Can you make it 3 out of 3? We'll find out after the break.